Welcome everybody to downtown Annapolis. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite places on earth and one of the biggest draws for tourists that are coming to the area. Two things that we love in this area: history and water. And before we get started on that, let's go get something to eat in one of the best places that we know. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you for doing this. So I absolutely love Iron Rooster. I've loved it since you guys opened this, and I just heard from you that we're about to hit 10 years of this. So what's that been like?
Wow, long. I can definitely say it's been a long 10 years. You know, you work hard in this business. We don't get there without the support of the community, though. And when we opened 10 years ago, that was one of our driving factors, was being a cornerstone of this community was just absolutely the #1 focal point.
It's just been really cool to kind of see you guys grow and listen to your story, and I appreciate you letting us come here and share it.
I love being able to tell the story about Annapolis, and we don't survive 10 years in the restaurant business without the Annapolis community being our support hub. That's why we started this. That was the big reason. So no, I can't thank you guys enough for letting us tell the story.
Absolutely, man. We are lucky to have you and looking forward to the next 10 years.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
Now that we've showed you one of our favorite breakfast spots in downtown Annapolis, let's go meet up with our tour guide. So we're here today with Mistress Marion, our 18th century tour guide, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about the history of Annapolis. So buckle up, people.
So we're right here in the heart of the colonial district of Annapolis, right in the historic district where it's full of 18th century buildings. And this one's this extra special one because this is the home of William Paca, who was one of the 4 Maryland signers of the Declaration of Independence. So one of the really neat things when you're walking along the streets of Annapolis is you can look on the buildings for the colored plaques. Each color tells you the era or the time period of those particular buildings.
So cool. We're in a really old town. When did Annapolis come about?
Maryland was formed by one individual, George Calvert, known as Lord Baltimore. He was the first Lord Baltimore. The first capital of Maryland is going to be St. Mary's City. It'll be there for about 60 years before it moves up the bay to a more centralized location, and Annapolis is established as the capital. And Annapolis is going to stay this little kind of time capsule of colonial charm that later is going to undergo great preservationist efforts to turn into the beautiful, wonderful city that so many love to come and live and work and visit from near and far.
Now, let's head to the waterfront to see another side of this amazing town. So I'm here today with Jake Iverson, owner-operator of Watermark Tours, probably the most famous tour guide that we have in Annapolis, and appreciate you having me today, man. Thank you very much for being a part of this.
Absolutely.
I want to share with the people the awesome brand story that Watermark Tours is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us. So Watermark started back in the early 70s. We started out with a route going over to St. Michael's. Soon after that, we started many local tours here in Annapolis, a lot shorter than the full day on the bay trips and that's what we have today. We have multiple trips, and in 2004 we acquired 3 Centuries Tours, which is our land side of the business. So not only are we on the water, since the 70s, but since the early 2000s we've also been doing the land portion, which really ties well in with our school groups. It's part of their education, learning about the history of Maryland.
No doubt, man. I think it's one of the coolest things that we have in Annapolis, being able to talk about the history and then show people some of the fun side that's still around today. Captain Christian, thank you so much for having us come on board the Harbor Queen. I figured there's no better way to experience Annapolis than by water. So tell me a little bit about, one of your favorite things about captaining the ship.
Just the variety of customers we get. Like right now we have a school group boarding. It's really easy to take for granted what we have here, being on the water, experiencing the Naval Academy and whatnot.
Kids are coming on.
Yep.
Get to it, man.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you
Nice
very
talking with
much
you.
for
Yep.
letting us steal you for a few minutes. Thank you for joining me this week with two incredible staples of downtown Annapolis, with Iron Rooster, one of the most incredible comfort food spots that we have in Annapolis, to Watermark Tours, the best way to see the water from downtown. Join me next time on the American Dream TV.